Hello YouTubers! Halloween's about a month away, so it's time to do some Halloween videos. Today we're going to make these owl chocolate truffles. They're chocolate inside and coated with more chocolate, and they look like these cute little owls. Everything that you're going to need is in the description box. Let's go ahead and get started. The ingredients that you'll need to make our truffles is 12 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm using the mini chocolate chips because they melt a bit easier. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, half a teaspoon of almond extract, and 2/3 cup of whipping cream. Let's whip up some truffles. The first step is we're going to take our 2/3 cup of whipping cream and put it in a heavy saucepan, and I'm going to take this over to the stove and cook it on medium heat until it reaches a boil. Be sure to stir frequently so that it doesn't burn. Next, I'm going to take my hot whipping cream and just pour it over my chocolate chips. And we're going to whisk this until all the chocolate has melted. Now that my chocolate's melted and I have a nice smooth chocolatey mixture, I'm going to whisk in my vanilla and my almond extract. Now instead of almond extract, you could use a liquor. You could use some rum or a flavored liqueur like Kahlua. It's up to you, but since we're making this for the kids, we're just going to use almond extract. Now that I have this to a nice smooth consistency, I'm going to wrap it in plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator. We're going to keep it on it closely, stir it frequently, and we're going to leave it in there just until you can take out a little bit and form a ball and it will hold its shape. We're ready to make the wings and ears for our owls, and I have some mini Oreo cookies, and I'm going to break it in half and scoop out the yummy centers, which is always depressing, but we'll just eat it. To make the wings, we're just going to take one of our Oreo cookies and a serrated knife, and we're just going to cut it in half. We're going to need 2 halves for each of our owls. To make the ears, we'll cut our Oreo in half, and then we'll turn it around and we'll cut it in half again. So you'll need 2 ears for each of our owls. It took about 25 minutes in the refrigerator, and I stirred it about every 5 minutes, and we've got a consistency here that's going to hold together. Now we're just going to roll it into balls about 1 inch around. Now that we have all of our chocolate rolled into balls, we're ready to add our wings and ears here. And for the wings, all we're going to do is stick our half of Oreo cookie into the sides of our truffle. And for the ears, again, we're just going to stick them down into the truffle. Once we get all of our ears and wings on, I'll place this on a baking tray lined with parchment paper, and we'll put them in the freezer for 30 minutes. Now we're ready to make a chocolate coating for our truffles. What you're going to need is a 12-ounce package of bittersweet chocolate chips, 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of vegetable shortening. It does need to be vegetable shortening, not oil, otherwise it will not set up properly. And a candy thermometer will also come in handy. I put my chocolate chips and vegetable shortening in a microwave safe bowl. I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds initially and then stir it up. Then I'm going to put it in for 15-second intervals just until all the chocolate chips have melted and we have a nice smooth consistency. My dipping chocolate is ready. After I completed melting it in the microwave, I put my candy thermometer in and I let it set until it reached about 88 degrees. The optimal temperature for this is between 84 and 88 degrees. So I'll keep an eye on it as we're dipping our truffles, and if it starts to fall below that, we'll just stick it in the microwave for a few seconds to warm it back up. let's go ahead and dip our truffles. Alright, so the way I'm going to cover my truffles is they do make special tools for dipping things like this, but I don't have it. So I'm going to use a fork and I'm going to spoon the chocolate over my truffle instead of actually dipping it. Once I get the chocolate coating my truffle, I'm going to bang the fork on the side of the bowl to shake the excess chocolate off. Now that they're covered in chocolate, we'll put them aside until they're completely set. For the eyes, we have these little candy eyeballs. You can get these at your craft stores, and I actually got these at Walmart. We're going to need 2 for each of our truffles. We're ready to put our eyes on. So we've got a little bit of melted chocolate here and the little candy eyes that we're going to use. And we're just going to put a little chocolate on the back of the eye here, and we'll place it on our truffle. We'll put the other eye on and put our eyes on all the rest of our truffles. No owl would be complete without a beak. So I have some slivered almonds, and I'm just going to take one and I'm going to cut it to a 1/4 inch length. You'll need 1 beak for each of our owls, and we're just going to attach it to our truffle with a little melted chocolate, just like we did the eyes. Here are our completed owl chocolate truffles. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please join our channel. You can click the link up above. We hope to see you back soon.